5 strike team missions. Nice, success. Success. Can I get more strike teams? Insufficient funds.
You have new email at your terminal.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to read my email. Sabotage the enemy. Intercept enemy data. Hi, Vetra.
What can I do for you, Pathfinder?
Dude, Vetra, do you really have nothing else to say to me? Tell me about raising Sid.
I was curious about you and Sid, being on your own from such a young age.
Yeah, I really wouldn't recommend it.
Guess there's nothing else.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Come on, guys. That is one big complaint I have, is that there isn't enough chatter between the main quests, it seems. Come on, Vetra. I'm waiting desperately for you to say something new. I've been very patient. Very patient. But alas. Let me check my email real quick.
Pathfinder, you have new email.
Yes. And talk to Subi about snacks.
So, Kallo, who's that woman I keep seeing you with on the Nexus?
What? Whom?
You're always short of credits after we come back. Is it because of her?
It's complicated, Subi.
Ooh, I'm gonna talk to you really quick about that, Kallo.
I found that plant you wanted.
Great. I'll give the recipe a try when I'm off duty. I've already got ideas for how to jazz it up. And I'll keep working on Mr. I don't like movie nights here to come along.
I like them. Just not when Gil is glowering at me.
That's okay. Gil can send his gaze on me instead. I'll take one for the team.
Ryder.
Nothing new.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
Kallo. I want to know about this girl you're talking about.
I don't believe it. Gil's reconfigured our entire nav array. O'Connell risked a dozen spacewalks putting that in place. Damn it.
Kallo, don't.
Take the helm. I've had enough of this.
Ruh-roh. Oh my goodness. Even-keeled Kallo Jash.
You don't give a damn what my team and I went through to build this ship.
No, I don't. I care about us surviving out here, and if
Gil.
that means redesigning...
Well,
you don't have the right.
Okay, Gil, like... I understand, if Gil's trying to make these modifications because he wants us to survive. I understand that. But the way he was expressing that to Kallo was just rude. It was just rude and dismissive. And to be quite honest, like, Skyler, once again, is kind of disappointed in Gil. Like, disappointed in his attitude. What is it with Skyler's, Skyler's guy is disappointing him lately? First Liam disappoints him. Now Gil, of all people, is disappointing him. Alright, we need to figure this out. Skyler's gotta intervene and mediate this, because we can't have this feud between the two of them going. So I'm hoping we can sort this out here. Alright, I'll try to stay logical. I'm trying really hard not to get my emotions into this as possible. I'm trying to be an unbiased mediator.
All right, let's talk this out. What's going on?
Yeah, let's talk.
I'm doing my job, and he's undoing it because... Hell if I know.
He just...
You weren't here. We had to get all kinds of new tech working in a single starship. 50-hour shifts, epiphanies, accidents.
Oh, wow.
Humans can forget. Solarians can't. To me, it's all still happening. My team is here. Stripping down the Tempest like some broken radio risks everything they suffered to build. Their legacy.
Actually, Skyler would 100% agree with him. First of all, I as a player didn't know that, and I feel like many of the people in the crew didn't know how many blood, sweat, and tears maybe fatalities, who knows, went into making this ship, or even just not this ship, but just in general, making the initiative a reality to begin with. The number of risks that they had to put forth, the money that they had to invest, all of the time, the work. I guess we take it all for granted amidst everybody complaining about, all of these things went wrong with the initiative. It's not what we thought it would be. That does insult a lot of people who contributed so much to get them where we are now, to get us where we are now, despite the complications that we are dealing with at the moment. There were still, regardless of that, there were still people, that faces and names that we will never know, that got us to where we are. And Skyler believes that we should respect that. And he actually might feel a little bit guilty that he himself doesn't know every single face, every single name that got us to that. It's really interesting, the comment that Kallo Jath just made about humans can't forget, but Solarians, humans can forget, but Solarians can't. And it's just interesting how this really means a lot to him. This is not, it seems like there is something deeper there, more than just, respecting the ship and respecting the people who built it. There's a deeper thing there. Now, whether or not that should trump, our safety, if Gil is really intending on making these changes for our own good and for our own personal safety, and I like to believe that he is. It's just Gil is going about it the wrong way, in Skyler's opinion, that he's just being so dismissive and so disrespectful to Kallo Jath. And Skyler doesn't want that for his crew. He wants his crew to get along, amidst their differences. This is obviously something that's been bottling up. It was a ticking time bomb, and now it's finally, exploding, and we need to deal with it now. Skyler has to come in and disarm the bomb, but not sweep it under the rug, but actually hopefully fix it. Because I don't want him to. I don't think Skyler, regardless of whether it's Gil or not, Skyler should not condone or expect anyone in the crew to be that blatantly dismissive and disrespectful to someone else, without Skyler saying something. So yeah, Skyler totally agrees with everything that Kallo Jath just said. That is, yeah, Skyler would definitely agree, regardless of whether or not, Gil is involved in this. He kind of agrees with Kallo.
I can see how you'd feel that way.
Seriously?
Yeah, Gil, seriously.
Look, Kallo, your people did a great job, but they're dead. And they couldn't have anticipated half the problems in Helios. Like the Scourge.
That's a little insensitive,
If we
Gil.
don't adapt, we'll die too. Is that what you want their legacy to be?
Gutting a complex ship out in space isn't adapting. It's irresponsible and disrespectful.
Okay, again, I get where Gil is coming from. Putting myself in his shoes, I understand why he's doing it. But once again, he is going about this the wrong way. He is working against his fellow crew members, not with his fellow crew members. And that is something that Skyler needs to make sure, needs to be addressed. Because he can't have that on his ship. He can't have people working against each other. They need to work together. I think that by him, again, by Gil saying, your people are dead, is so insensitive and so disrespectful, and that is not how we work towards coming to a solution that drifts you further apart from a solution. So yeah, I'm disappointed, Gil. You should not, I get what you're saying. I like that you are looking out for us. I'd like to believe genuinely that you're just trying to look out for us and everybody on the ship, but you're not presenting yourself, you're not presenting your argument in a way that is constructive at all. And this really hurts a lot. And I think this is a really awesome scene for Skyler, just because he is liking Gil. Like, he does like Gil. He's interested in Gil. He thinks Gil is really funny. And yeah, Gil can be abrasive and stubborn, but Skyler does find that to be part of his charm. You know, nobody's perfect. Everyone who's pursuing someone will probably find a bunch of quirks about their significant other that, you know, isn't their cup of tea. But if they care for them enough, if they love them enough, they accept them, warts and all. That doesn't mean that they can't encourage that person to be better. That just means that, you know, you accept them for who you are, and you don't overlook, you know, some things that you think they can improve on, especially if it makes them a better person. But you encourage them to be a better person. It's the saying that, you know, I'd like to believe that I'm a better person when I'm with my spouse, or my spouse is a better person when I'm with them. So this is really interesting, that I think it's really important for Skyler to be able to take himself out of his whatever relationship he has with Gil and be unbiased and see this through eyes that is not like, oh my gosh, Gil, because just because you like someone, or just because you are in a relationship, a romantic relationship with someone, does not mean that you should always agree with them. And it certainly doesn't mean that you should condone everything that they do if you, deep down in your core, you believe that some of the things that they're doing isn't right, or you believe they could have done it in a different way. So I mean, my husband calls me on things all the time, and I call on him on things all the time too. You know, so sometimes, you know, you might say, well, you're supposed to be supportive towards your boyfriend or girlfriend or your spouse. Yes, you should be supportive to them. But sometimes being supportive to them means telling them what they need to hear, not necessarily telling them what they want to hear. Sometimes supporting someone you care about means disagreeing with them, or calling them out on things that you think is not good for them or healthy for them, or, you know, is taking away their potential of being the good person that they are. So, or better person, or being a better person in general. You know, that's what I honestly think. I feel like if it's going to come from someone, if calling out someone or pointing out something that you doesn't really gel well with you, I think it's important to be open and honest. And again, as a supportive partner, it's again all in the way that you present it. It's all in the way that you speak and communicate. You know, if you're yelling and screaming at your spouse, why do you do this? Why don't you do that? That's not what I'm talking about. There are ways that you can call someone out, not condone something they're doing, but present it in a way that is constructive, not destructive, like the way Gil is behaving right now. He's got an attitude that Skyler's like, all right, dude, pull it back, man. Like, listen to yourself. Like, is this really how you want to conduct yourself around the ship? You know, I love you, man, but I gotta let you know, you gotta chill right now and think about what you're saying and doing, because it's not kosher to me, and it's not just disrespectful to Kallo, it's disrespectful to me too. Because if you're disrespecting somebody in my crew, you're also disrespecting me, and that's not cool. So, despite the fact, again, I love this, despite the fact that I know that Skyler has feelings and interests in Gil, he has to support Gil by telling him what he needs to know, not necessarily what he needs to hear, not necessarily what he wants to hear. And right now, I think they're both right. They both have very good points. But ultimately, Skyler's got to side with Kallo on this one, because Gil's got to gotta adjust the attitude a bit with this. Like, in all seriousness.
The Tempest has too many new systems doing new things to just adapt on the fly. If we make changes, let's make them carefully and with respect.
Exactly.
She's your ship. I just hope you know what you're doing.
Come on, Gil. Come on, Gil. Don't be like that.
Ryder, I know it's not... Thank you.
Aww. Kallo really appreciated
Okay,
that.
it's over. Let's get back to work.
I don't know if... That was really sweet, the way Kallo... That actually went better than I thought. Like, Gil didn't really argue. He was just like, alright, I hope you know what you're doing, which was slightly disrespectful, but I think I'd like to believe in character that he might have been a little bit hurt that Skyler didn't side with him on this one. I don't know if it's anything personal against Skyler. I think he still likes Skyler and he still respects Skyler. It's just he was a bit hurt by that. Like, maybe he was expecting Skyler to side with him, not necessarily because he thought that he was being biased towards him, but just because he thought that Skyler would see more eye to eye with him. Kallo Jat's reaction was really touching. I feel like, I don't know if it has partly something to do with the fact that a human, somebody who's not his species, is standing up for him against someone of his own species. A human standing up for a Salarian against another human, whom Skyler also really has the hots for. I feel like Kallo also is surprised because, again, Skyler basically told Gil, you're wrong, knowing that Gil and Skyler are kind of flirting with each other. I feel like Kallo would know that, so the crew talks, he would know that. So maybe that's another reason why he's surprised. Kallo, are you okay?
I'm going to do it. I've run all the tests. It's non-toxic.
Non-toxic?
If we're going to live here, someone has to take the plunge and actually try to eat things.
Dr. Tapero, please do something.
Don't do it, Suvi.
You told on me. I thought we were friends. You, sir, are uninvited from all my parties.
Aww, but I want to see him at movie night. Kallo,
A
you can...
foolish thing to get angry over, isn't it? Perhaps you had to be there when the Tempest was made.
Yeah.
In a way, I'm always there. I see my team's faces as clearly as yours.
Aww.
What's the saying? People aren't dead while someone still remembers them?
That is really sweet. Kallo, I want to hug you right now. Oh, Kallo. I really wish that the BioWare included a romance for Kallo Jath. Maybe I'm a little bit salty because I really wanted to romance Joker. Boy, did I want to romance Joker. I love Caden. I love Caden death. If Joker was a romance, I would have romanced him over Caden in a heartbeat. But I love you, Caden. I love you, Caden, and I love Steve Cortez. I love Caden Cortez. Joker, I definitely would have gone after. BioWare, just let me romance my pilot for once in any of these games. Just let me romance my pilot. But no, seriously. In all seriousness, Kallo Jath, I thought that BioWare missed a great opportunity by not including Kallo Jath as a romanceable person because of the fact that Salarians aren't really supposed to have a sex drive. That's just not how their species work. They don't have a sex drive. Which I think, again, would be really cool to explore a relationship with him. Because Salarians, I'm sure, despite the fact that they don't have a sex drive, they can still have meaningful romantic relationships with other people. Much like the asexual community, can also have boyfriends, girlfriends, get married, things like that, even if they don't have a sex drive. And I just thought it would be really cool to be able to explore that type of relationship. So I am kind of disappointed that BioWare didn't take that as a great opportunity. I think from the asexual community, one of the big giant misconceptions with them, if I understand correctly, is just because they don't have a sex drive doesn't mean that they can't, love someone. It doesn't mean that they want to be alone for the rest of their lives. It doesn't mean that they don't want companionship, And that might sound really foreign to many people who believe that having a sex drive is supposed to be a part of falling in love with someone, and I don't think that's the case either. I don't believe that that's really the case. And that's really dismissive and disrespectful to the asexual community. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Shame on you, BioWare. It's right there. It was right there. You just had to take it. I'm calling you out on this one. Again, this is me loving you, telling you what you may not want to hear, but what you need to hear, BioWare. You should have done this. You should have done an asexual, or not even just Kallo, just a Solarian in general. A Solarian in general would have been so amazing. Such a great way for you to branch out. Heck, a romance with Krem. A romance with Krem in Inquisition, again, I thought was a huge missed opportunity for BioWare. Ginormous missed opportunity. Again, credit where credit is due. BioWare is doing a fantastic job being more inclusive with these relationships by adding same-gender romances. But same-gender romances have been around for several years now, BioWare. I think it's about time that you started reaching even further. And these last two games, Mass Effect Andromeda, Inquisition, I have to say that there are definitely huge missed opportunities for you guys. And I hope you will take better advantage of that in the future, because I think people like us would really appreciate it, and it would really help to open a lot of people's eyes, just like Krem, just her character herself. Krem's character Krem's character himself, and everything that he was saying, all the conversations surrounding him, was a great eye-opener and really educated a lot of people without being too soapboxy, without taking you out of the game. It was believable. It was, in my opinion, seamless to include that type of content in there, and by doing so, it exposed a lot of people and made them think about things or ask themselves questions that they may not have ever thought to ask themselves or think about. This would have done the exact same thing if BioWare had jumped on it, if the writers had jumped on it. So, again, there's like I'm always joking around asking, is the Mass Effect writers watching my LPs? Because all of these things that they seem to be putting in Andromeda that are coming from my tabletop campaigns. So if anyone from BioWare is watching, I hope you understand what I'm saying. I love you guys, I do, but I'm going to call you on things if I see them and I need to be addressed. Tell me about your team. Sorry, Kallo, I didn't mean to have the Forrester syndrome on you.
Remember them for me. Tell me who they were.
Serena still wore her bondmate's perfume years after they separated. I can see the patterns Tion embroidered in his Enviro suit.
Oh my goodness.
I see Lucille, O'Connell, too. Maybe they're not completely gone.
You can't live in the past. No, it's a comforting thought. I have to be sensitive to Kallo. I just want to hug you so bad, Kallo.
If they still comfort and inspire you, are the people you love really dead?
It would be very hard to be the last, though the Tempest will outlast us all. Did you need anything else?
The only thing missing from that, as sweet as that is we should have had the option to talk about our dad, our family, our mom and our dad with Kallo, because of the fact that, I've lost people too. But, it's okay.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
I'm glad we were able to talk to Kallo after the fact, after that little fight. I don't know if Suvi has anything to say.
What's going on?
Well, I just sort of disappointed my hopefully future boyfriend, but
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
I hope that Gil's not too mad at me, but it didn't seem like he was really that upset. He was just, a little frustrated. I didn't want to send this. To writer from Liam. Pathfinder, I need your help with a thing. A big thing. Well, alright, Liam, I kind of think I'm avoiding your big thing, but what is it? Can't go into it in a message, and you're not likely to go into, why, but I can explain. Come talk to me, Costa. Okay, so we're going to talk to Liam about his big thing. Okay. Message from Vold, Intel on Ket. To writer from Ryaelis. Greetings, Pathfinder. My name is Ryaelis. I serve the Angaran Resistance. Some of our scouts have returned with interesting information about the Ket that I'm certain will intrigue you. I will wait for you in Vold. Please come soon. Ryaelis. Well, I am sorry, but I've already made Vold 100% viability. I don't need to do any of your stuff anymore. See ya, Ungarans. No, not at all. I'll get to that. Can we talk on camera? Hello, Ryder. The things I'm hearing, a garden world? A whole new species? If you can talk on the record, you know where to find me. Carrie. Okay, I guess we're gonna see her back in the Nexus. Ryder, from Director Jarun Tan. Ryder, I've been receiving all the messages you forwarded from the Angaran populace. It's encouraged to see that even in these initial phases of contact, we have supporters among them. Though it's equally clear we have our work cut out for us, winning over the rest, but I'm confident you're on the right track. I would have been surprised if the Angara hadn't expressed skepticism. First contact is a complicated situation. If the roles were reversed, I'd be suspicious of them if they arrived on our doorstep. I definitely do not doubt that either, Director Tan. Not that I'm insulting you or anything. I'm just saying you would be right to be cautious. Thank you for passing these messages along. They'll provide invaluable insight as we navigate these tricky waters, Director Tan. Yeah, it's important to tell them the truth. Like, I don't know, it would be ridiculous, it would be shooting ourselves in the foot, and it would be just very unconstructive if I altered those messages in any way before I sent them to the Nexus. I'm sure there's some consequence for altering them over. I just don't see... It's just a bad idea all around to doctor or tweak those letters before I sent them. It's just, you're not doing yourself a favor. It's going to come around to bite you in the butt tenfold. Stuff like that. Don't even. Stress tests. To Ryder from Kallo. Hello, Ryder. Quite the rescue. The Tempest isn't intended for these kinds of operations, but she's performing splendidly. Not that I encourage risking your life for stress tests or anything. Still, well done. I spoke to Moesha when I happened past the med bay. She left an impression, I must say. Patient, but remarkably driven. It's easy to see how she withstood the pressure of torture and that place. Sometimes I wonder what my people could do with a bit more time to be patient. Kallo. Yeah, since they don't have as long lifespans as many other species. Should be sleeping, but... To Ryder from Gil. Oh, well, Gil, I mean, if you should be sleeping but aren't sleeping. Worked for 42 hours straight. Ship's humming. Called it quits to get a little shut-eye, but I'm wide awake here. What are you trying to say, Gil? Figured I'd use the time to practice my poetry. Didn't know I practiced poetry? Neither did I, probably because I don't. But here goes. Helios, are you healing us? Or will we regret ever coming? Because the Ket are forever bumming our space. Wait a minute, is that actually good, or has the analytical sphere of my brain fallen asleep? Gil, that's kind of cute. Never mind. From Gil, you know how I'm out here searching for me true purpose? Yeah, poetry ain't it. Helios, are you healing us? Sheesh, Gil. I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I don't want to say anything. I was thinking it, though. Thanks for listening. To Ryder from Liam. Nuff said. Costa. You're welcome, buddy. To Ryder from Vetra. Ryder, thanks for listening to me. I hope I didn't come across whiny. Could my life have been different? Sure. Could have had a dad, a mom, a rigid upbringing, and great prospects in the Turian civil service, with the stiff collars and the yesers to go along. What I'm saying is, different's not always better. I don't regret anything, or what I've done to get where I am. Don't regret coming here either. Vetra, I was gonna say some inappropriate things, but I decided against it, because there's, like, inappropriate things throughout this email, but I'm not even going to. No. Thank you, Vetra, by the way. Please keep looking. To Ryder from Nitola Tilan. You don't know me, but word is you're looking for our arc. The Lucinia. Is that true? The Nexus leadership has been so tied up with the station, it's like everyone forgot about her. Please don't give up. My foster sisters were on the Lucinia. I believe that is the Asari arc. I've watched for them every day. If they're really out there and not lost in dark space, please bring them home. Praying for you and the people I love. And TL. Oh. I'm gonna try really hard